Okay, Coach. Well, the holiday rush, that's in full swing in nearby Manhattan, but we've got football here 8 miles west at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mark 59, Mark, check, 59. Record.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Rosen back into his end zone. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. It's complete to Graham. Look at the dance and the juke. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And the Dolphin first down.
54 miles. Stay with your man.
Now Rosen on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
First down, Dolphins.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, it's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now on 2nd and 13, Darnold. He completes it to Peak. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We're outside. 55. Hey, eat. Check. Check.
A first down throw, Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 6.
Let's get it. Ready. Check. Watch 54. Better bring it.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Right there. Hey, Charlie. 54 miles. That's right, baby.
From the gun on 3rd down is Rosen. On the right side open is Gesicki. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Miami.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The linebacker C.J. Mosley there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now, it's Rosen. And he hits Drake. And he's taken down inside the 30. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 20, 10, 5, and it's a touchdown for the Jets. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 30 on second down, Rosen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, Wilson now in his second season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jordan Jenkins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's third down. Counter play, Drake finding room to the 20. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
Jason Sanders for the Dolphin field goal.
Sanders' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
To throw is Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Here's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on second down. Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
We got this.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Rosen will throw. And it's caught by Parker. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You're not ready.
They'll run here with Balaj. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Six-man. Check girls. Showing up. Right there. 54, right there.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Safarian Jenkins has it. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Minus 59. Watch the run.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Darnold being chased out left. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards.
We're going to start. No, lady. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Cannon, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Rip left, rip left.
Running, it's Drake. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Rosen to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 43-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
25 yards that time. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Check, 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 check.
Darnold from the red zone now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles Harris. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack on first down, Darnold. Taco Charlton, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. A screen to Bell. Space to run past the 20. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, it's Bell. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw, Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Makes the score Jets 38.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On the toss play, this is Drake. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
You ain't going nowhere.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rosen buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And now it's Rosen looking. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Here's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through, But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On first and goal, Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
One final shot here for Rosen. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was